Hello there and good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us on Superscreen News at 6, broadcasting to you live from Lagos. I am Adenike Owoye Ajiboye. The Senate says it has directed security agencies to prevent suspended Senator Omo Agege from further gaining entrance into the chamber. Omo Agege, who was suspended last week by the Senate for dragging the upper legislative chamber to court on the amendment to the Electoral Act 2010, had attended plenary on Wednesday. The lawmakers' emergence out of the chamber occurred at the same time when suspected thugs invaded the Senate chamber and made away with the maze. Speaking to journalists, the Vice Chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Senator Ben Murray Bruce, said sergeants and security personnel had been ordered to block the lawmaker whenever he tries to enter the chamber. A witness of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abubakar Madaki, told the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos that a former governor of Oyo State, Senator Rashidi Ladoja, admitted to benefiting from the proceeds generated from the sale of the state shares in 2007. Madaki, an investigator with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, disclosed this while testifying in the ongoing trial of Ladoja and one of his aides, Waheed Akombi, over an alleged 4.7 billion naira fraud. The draw were rearranged by the EFCC on December 14, 2016, before the court on 8 counts of money laundering, contrary to Section 17 and punishable under Section 14 of the Money Laundering Prohibition Act 2004. The joint health sector unions, JOHESO, have ignored the federal government's threat to invoke the no work, no pay rule should the unions persist in continuing with their strike. The government threatened to invoke the rule a day after JOHESO, the Association of Other Health Workers apart from medical doctors and dentists, began an indefinite strike over failure of the government to meet agreement it had with the union last September. Reacting to the threat, the national chairman of the union, Biobel Lemoye Josiah, said the government's no work, no pay policy was a diversionary taxes which was ignored. The JOHESO leader further called on members nationwide to disregard all forms of threat or intimidation from government and ensure that services are withdrawn until their demands are met. The Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, says Nigeria is one of the 3 countries in the world yet to eradicate a wild polio virus from its borders. President of the association, Professor Ozovehi Ogerima, who disclosed this to journalists in Abuja, said Nigeria is still ranked 181 out of 187 countries of the world in global ranking on health care delivery.
Nigeria is still ranked number 181 out of 187 countries of the world in the global ranking of healthcare delivery. National immunization coverage has cross-fallen from over 76% a few years ago to mere 23% in Nigeria today. Nigeria is one of the 3 countries in the whole world yet to eradicate wild polio virus from its borders. In the face of all this, there is still hope. Hope will die the day you and I give up, as I always tell my students. We must not despair or leave the destiny of our citizens and even our unborn generation in the hands of no one. We must sustain the fire to demand accountability from those who steer the ship of state. We shall not abandon the struggle till success is achieved.
He also called on political leaders and professional bodies to continue to lend their voice on the improvement of healthcare delivery in Nigeria. And away from these talking security matters, the Nigerian Army says it is set to launch Operation Last Hold in Borno, North and Lake Chad region to restore socio-economic activities in the area, as well as fast-track return of internally displaced persons. Chief of Training and Operations, Major General David Hamid, said the operation, which would commence on May 1 and last for 4 months, intends to facilitate the clearance of the Lake Chad or waterways and other obstacles obstructing the movement of boats and people across the water channels. The Chief of Military Civil Affairs, Major General Nuhu Agbazo, also said during the duration of the operation, Nigerian Army engineers would make blocks using compressor machines and assist in building new homes for IDPs at their various towns. Thousands of residents have stormed the streets of Port Harcourt, the River State capital, to protest constant air pollution in the state. The demonstrators, made up of various groups, moved from Isaac Oboro Park to the Government House, Office of the Department of Petroleum Resources, and the State House of Assembly to express their grievances over the black air pollution in the state. Details in this report.
Thousands of River State residents stormed the streets of Port Harcourt in campaign against constant air pollution in the state. The demonstrators, out in their numbers, marched to the State House of Assembly to express their grievance over the black-soaked air pollution in the state. Governor of the group, Tunde Bello, expressed displeasure over continuous occurrence of black soot.
We want the River State government to conduct an environmental audit of all host communities for oil production. We want the River State governor and the River State government to act and become a reservoir of environmental data on River State.
It's a critical issue. The health impacts are so numerous, especially for young kids. Young kids with their lungs still developing. You will have those young kids breathing in particulate matter that will destroy their lungs. And all over hospitals in Port Harcourt, doctors have been on air and they've said so. People are coming up and presenting cases of lung infection and throat infection and cancer. All of these issues are popping up because we have a situation that is untenable and unpardonable in River State.
River State Deputy Governor Ipalibo Harry Banigo acknowledged the plight of the people and promised that the state will work with the federal government to ensure immediate solution to the pollution.
Everybody is immune. No single party is immune. Environment matters cannot be politicized. And so I want to tell you that the agencies that are clearing these obnoxious things are directly under the control of the federal government of Nigeria. The federal government wants the refineries that have been clearing gas. The federal government wants the security agencies.
Others who spoke also expressed dissatisfaction over the matter.
Waking up every morning to very dark substances sprinkled all over our cars and even on the floors of the house. The nets are all contaminated, and then sometimes you put your fingers maybe in your nose, bring it out, and you see that substance.
Look at my nose, you see black everywhere. And I say that if the PDP, APC, everybody breathes in the air. And because all of us breathe in the air that is coming from the atmosphere, we should be able to do something about this thing. Because it may not be now, 5 years, 10 years, you see people dying in millions. Yeah. Before you know it, people will be diagnosed, one disease will come out. They say it's as a result of the suit that was around 5 years ago.
The group pleaded with authorities concerned to quickly address the issue because it affects the environment and kills slowly.
And with our report, we'll take a short break, and when we return, we bring you business news. Just stay. Glad to have you back. Now in Business World. The Institute of International Finance, IIF, says Nigeria and other emerging markets have been predicted to grow higher. Developed economies will record a lower growth, while emerging markets are expected to improve to a 7-year high global economic monitor. However, according to statistics from the Debt Management Office, DMO, under President Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria has grown its debt portfolio by 9.61 trillion naira. The DMO said Nigeria's debt stood at 21.73 trillion naira as of December 31, 2017, while the figure as of June 30, 2015 was 12.12 trillion naira. This means that within a period of 30 months, July 2015 to December 2017, the country's debt rose by 9.61 trillion naira, or 79.25%. The Federal Capital Territory Administration says the national identification number would henceforth be mandatory for land allocation in the FCT. This was disclosed by the Minister of the FCT, Mohammed Bello, during a courtesy visit by the Director General National Identity Management Commission (NMIC), Aliyu Aziz, to his office in Abuja. Bello expressed the need for every land allocated to be matched to an individual through the NIN in order to track and prevent multiplicity of lands and ensure fairness and equity in the allocation process. The Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has urged fleet operators, government agencies, and other vehicle owners to power their automobiles with liquefied petroleum gas and compressed natural gas and move away from petrol and diesel. They only made the call when the leadership of the THLD Group, Vito Group, and UBA Group paid him a courtesy visit at his palace in Ile-Ife in a bid to promote the use of gas to power vehicles in the country. The monarch said powering vehicles with LPG and CNG would have a positive effect on humans and the environment because it would reduce carbon dioxide emission, which is contributing to the depletion of the ozone layer. And that's it in business news. We'll take another short break. More news after this time out. Stay with us.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information. Notice. At least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are affecting my village. Let me use glass. If I call it use glass, I'm not to mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Say each shop there are 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave.
If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Well, it's so glad to have you back. Now in international scene, Queen Elizabeth II has marked her 92nd birthday today with the traditional gun salutes and the Commonwealth-themed charity concert featuring Tom Jones, Kelly and Shaggy. Horse-drawn guns fired 41 times in Hyde Park and 62 times at the Tower of London, while at Windsor Castle, the band played Happy Birthday during the changing of the guard. The monarch and her family will also attend a concert with performance from around the Commonwealth, the 53rd nation grouping, which held its summit in London this week. And our Palestine's ambassador to the United Nations, UN, has called on the UN Security Council. Palestine's ambassador to the United Nations, UN, has called on the UN Security Council to form an independent commission tasked with looking into Israel's crimes, including the killing and wounding of Palestinian